You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Bold and the Beautiful fans. I've got your weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about Thomas Forrester coming back to save Hope Logan and Bill Spencer being targeted. Among other things, this is Belinda from Soap Dirt. As always, our predictions are based on recent episode, activity, promos, and official CBS soap opera spoilers. We've got predictions this week for Bill and Luna, for Poppy and Luna, for Thomas and Hope, for Brooke and Taylor, and for Steffi, Hope, and Brooke. Let's dive right in. Our first prediction is that Luna may have been targeting Bill Spencer all along. First, let's talk about the spoilers, and then I'll tell you where I'm going. So on Friday, Luna went from Bill being her daddy to making a move that was more, ooh, daddy, you know, by kissing him. And yeah, so gross. I don't know what kind of weird damage must live in Brad Bell's head for him to write these kind of things. I mentioned this before the other day, but that kiss was just as bad as the whole Ridge kissing Brooke thing, since they are siblings, even though they don't have a biological tie. And at one point they thought he actually was her dad. I can't decide which one's grosser, but they're right up there for me. Then on Monday, August 19th, spoilers have Bill completely shocked about the kiss, and Luna is trying to explain herself. And I just wonder, I feel like they're doing a retcon, like they are playing Luna they're having her act in a way they haven't written her all along, like they've just pivoted and now we're going to be dealt with this. But because Luna is looking very crafty, you know, and somebody obviously rigged that DNA test, it could have been her. You know, she could have known what kind of test it was and had a little swab. She could have snuck some of Liam's slobber, something like that. Anyway, I just wonder if Luna came to town already knowing that Poppy slept with Bill and knowing, you know, that she had a chance at this internship at Forrester and that would put her in his orbit. And maybe she's just been playing dumb all along. They're definitely doing some shenanigan with her. My second prediction is that Poppy Nozawa may confess to murder to cover for Luna. So on Friday, Poppy was totally surprised when Lee Finnegan came to see her in jail, and she said, "No, I don't think you killed Tom or Hollis." She believes her. Poppy also didn't fake the DNA test, as far as we've seen. She didn't even have her hands on it. And then we're going to have more Poppy and Lee scenes on Monday, August 19th. And then on Friday, August 23rd, Katie is feeling very vindicated about her accusations about Poppy. So looks like Poppy may still be in jail. The evidence against her is circumstantial, but you know, that backpack did wind up in their apartment only the two of them have a key for. And yes, Luna looked very surprised about it, but maybe that was what she was doing. So when her mom walked in, she'd be surprised. If Poppy gets the feeling that Luna killed those guys because Luna's so messed up from her messed up childhood, then I could actually see her making the ultimate sacrifice and confessing to murder to cover for her daughter. I'm still hoping it is somebody who's not really around much, you know, Jack or maybe Justin. I would be happy if it was Poppy and she just went away, but clearly there's something else going on with Luna. Our third prediction, Thomas Forrester back to save Hope Logan, not only from herself, but from Steffi's wrath. So on Friday's episode, when Taylor surprised Steffi by showing up at the house, she said she had just visited Thomas, Douglas, and Paris over in France and said things are great. Then on Tuesday, August 20th, Finn tells Steffi about the kiss. The conversation probably starts on the episode on Monday, carries over to Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, the 21st, spoilers have Steffi going to confront Hope. Thursday, the 22nd, Taylor overhears Brooke telling Ridge about the kiss. And with Steffi knowing and Taylor knowing, you know it's going to get back to Thomas. And I just wonder if he is going to come hustling back to LA to try and save Hope from Steffi's wrath and just from whatever downward spiral Hope is on. Even though Thomas says he's over her, he seems to be over her. We do know from this recent interview with Torsten Kay with Digital Journal, he said it's good to have Thomas back. So clearly we are getting Thomas scenes soon. And I could definitely see him coming back to try and quash the beef between Steffy and Hope and just try to figure out what's going on with Hope. Maybe he will recognize in her the similar demons he's dealt with, and he might be the perfect person to pull her out of this darkness, even if they're not going to reunite. But I do hope they reunite. I hope Matt Atkinson hasn't been quietly fired like Bold likes to do to people. Our fourth prediction, Taylor Hayes thinks Brooke Logan's bad influence rubbed off on Hope. So clearly Brooke finds out from Hope about her kissing Finn before or after the Wednesday confrontation in the design office. When Steffi's raging at Hope, Brooke already knows something went on, but Hope wouldn't tell her. And then when Finn texted her to come to the hospital, she ran off. So yeah, we're going to get that back. And Brooke is going to tell Ridge about the kiss. I'm sure he's not going to be happy to know his son-in-law was on, the receiving end of Hope's unasked for attention. And Taylor overhears, so I'm assuming they're in the CEO office. That's the prime eavesdropping venue in Forrester Creations and on Bold in general. And I am just guessing Taylor is going to be outraged and say, great, your daughter is going to try and ruin Steffi's marriage the same way you ruined my marriage to Ridge in the past. To be fair, Brooke did, come in and ruin one of their weddings saying she was pregnant, which she knew was probably someone else's kid. There have been shenanigans there. And I think Taylor is going to have some things to say about Hope and blame her recent behaviors on Brooke, and it's going to get messy. I really don't want another Taylor versus Brooke feud, but I don't mind them sniping at each other, especially if it's fresh stuff. Our fifth and final prediction, I think Stephie may fire Hope, but Brooke may intervene to undo the firing and pitch a fit at Ridge to stop it. So on Monday and Tuesday, Finn talks to Steffi about Hope. Wednesday's the big confrontation. Will Steffi turn around and fire her? Thomas got fired from Forrester for that Brooke fake CPS call. I consider that an equivalency to kissing your boss's husband after trying to, get with him multiple other times. Those are both personal life things. And one cost Thomas his job. So why wouldn't it cost Hope her job? And actually, Thomas was doing a lot better job at the time. Hope's line is foundering. It's failing. They keep giving her more time to pull it back up. Steffi has already wanted to kill the line. And if she did, that would pretty much make Hope unemployed. But Steffi may take more direct steps and say, you know what? Your line's already a bust. It's not coming back. Thomas isn't coming back. You don't have your lead designer to save you. I'm tired of it. And then you went and kissed my husband. You are fired. I'm sure, though, Brooke, in her new empowered role that Ridge gave her, would tell Steffi no. And if that didn't work, run to Ridge crying about it. In this case, Ridge should probably side with Steffi because she's the one whose marriage was attacked. And again, there's a rich history there. I'm not saying that Steffi's not done things to Hope before. That's not even what I'm saying. But just in this instance, maybe Ridge should side with his kid. We'll see. Drop your comments on where you hope these storylines are going. Thank you so much for listening. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. We're here talking B&B 7 days a week. Please subscribe if you're not, and come back soon.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.